Yonder is a city whose name will one day be known in the far places of the earth. Bethlehem of Judah. Generations have yet to pass before its star shall rise in the east. Much shall happen in these lands and be told. For nearby, across the Jordan, in the land of Moab, lives a people who of old have hated the God of Israel and who serve a God of stone, Chemosh, thirsty for the blood of the young and the innocent.
Yes? Are you giving her to be raised in the service of our God?
But you pay something.
Only when there is want.
Well, there is want, bad crops, sickness, can't feed my family.
Is she in good health?
Yes.
Not lame?
No.
No blemishes?
Of all my daughters, she is the strongest and the prettiest.
What is your name?
Ruth.
Ruth, recite the prayer.
Chemosh is good. Chemosh is strong. He is the force of life, the bringer of victories, the shield against our enemies.
To one among you will soon come the greatest honor that can fall to a daughter of Chemosh, an endless honor, a glory forever. The high priest of all Moab will judge of you.
It is between the first and the third. this child. See that she is properly prepared.
What is this?
I've not seen it before.
She should not have been permitted to go before Lord Haddock. You know very well there must be no mark or blemish of any kind.
It was not there a moment ago.
Look! I have no blemishes.
Very well. Take the other child.
My lady, it's going away. It's almost gone.
The high priest has chosen her to be sacrificed, and that is the end of it.
This day you pass from a life of learning about your God to a life of serving him. Your first duty will attach to our yearly ceremony of sacrifice. In this year of Chemosh, the child is Teba. Among you shall be shared the honor of fitting her for immolation. Obey your rectress in all things.
You will return now to your chambers. The crown, is it ready?
Your Beneficence.
This? This gross piece to be worn on the altar of Chemosh. It's heavy and dead. It lacks luster.
But it is wrought of the finest gold.
Have you no sense, old man? It needs glitter. It must be seen at the farthest reaches of the assemblage. It must flash when the sun strikes it.
With your leave, gracious lady, I designed this with what I understood you wished.
No matter what you understood. The crown for this child must be radiant, as though for the head of a queen.
Yes, but what I tried to do was
You were not engaged to try. You're unworthy of the honor of this work. Look. Look how graceful this is and how earthbound the other.
But that, your Beneficence, I designed for a bride. It is for feasting and joy. It celebrates life, whilst the other is to be worn in death.
Say no more. What is sacrificed to Chemosh is endowed with eternal life. Teba, tell this man what it means to die for Chemosh.
To die for Chemosh is to live forever.
I will make a crown that will sparkle in the sun. It will glow with precious stones. It will be happy as a bride.
You disapprove of sacrifice?
Of human sacrifice.
Take Teba outside and wait for me. I've never heard sentiments like yours before. How do you come by them?
Through belief in a merciful God.
And where is this God? Show him to me.
He is invisible.
That makes it convenient for carrying him with you, does it not? Make the crown as I wish it. Deal with this person in the matter. Have him bring the crown to you. And remember my wishes. It must be radiant.
You will bring the crown to me in the sacrarium of the temple.
Yes, my lady.
Do you know where it is?
Yes, my lady.
Above all, remember the wish of a Beneficence, that the crown be radiant, not gross and earthbound.
Radiant, lacks luster. They have mountains of gold and palaces full of jewels, and they must use every bit of it.
Never mind their gold and jewels. Why don't you learn to hold your tongue?
You know how sensitive they are about human sacrifice?
Not sensitive enough.
Their ritual is their affair. You had no right to raise your voice against it.
Father, the thought of killing that child...
Keep such thoughts to yourself. Don't spoil things for the rest of us.
No, don't be foolhardy. We are still Judeans and they are Moabites. Don't forget that. They won't.
But, Mother, they don't even think of us as Judeans. Look at Orpah, Moabitess. Didn't she marry me? Aren't we accepted?
That is your happiness. You did speak foolishly, Maloney. But I'm glad of it.
O Chemosh, thou art the force of light.
To our enemies, give evil, plague, famine, and misery.
To our enemies, give evil, plague, famine, and misery.
To our king, grant health, strength, and enduring years of life.
To our king, grant health, strength,
And enduring years of life.
The artisan is here.
Admit him. We shall go on with this later. Fine. Very fine. That too. Show me the rest. Do you disapprove of disciplining slaves as you do of sacrificing to the gods? Are you going to answer me?
My answer would offend you.
No more than you have already done. It is not wise to be lax with servants. It only encourages disobedience. One must be strong with them. You disagree?
I never confuse gentleness with weakness, my lady.
Is this more of the teachings of your invisible God?
Not exactly, although his laws forbid the striking of slaves. An abused slave can even sue his master for freedom.
Sue his master! This God of yours, has he a name?
He is known by many names. Elohim, Adonai, Jehovah. It matters not so long as one knows he exists. And I do.
If he is invisible, how do you know he exists?
Is it his invisibility that amuses you?
Among other things.
May I ask a question in all deference?
You may.
Suppose you wish to pray, but you're not near an image of Chemosh.
Then I go to him.
Well, suppose a soldier of Moab is wounded on a field of battle and cannot get to an image of Chemosh to pray for his life.
Then he thinks of Chemosh.
But the Chemosh he's thinking of is invisible at the time he thinks of him. In my work, gracious lady, I have sometimes repaired your God. Isn't it hard to believe that a God who cracks and crumbles and can be repaired by a mere artisan like myself can be the same God who makes the birds sing and the sun rise and set? How can a God whose own head gets broken mend the broken heads of his soldiers?
Tell me more about your Jehovah of the many names.
You have but to send for me any evening. Perhaps we can talk in the gardens, alone.
You will grow old waiting, artisan.
My name is Mahlon.
An impudent merchant.
What else did she say besides fine?
Oh, nothing important.
It was all genial.
Oh, there was even laughter.
Laughter? In the temple of Chemosh?
Mm-hmm.
I have been told it is always very grim.
Not always. The festivals of fertility are far from grim. Orpa? Huh?
Is this the house of Mahlon? It is. Enter.
Well?
A message for me from the temple. I've been sent for.
Something about our work?
No, nothing like that. The girl.
Well, well.
The young priestess.
And she sent for you?
Be careful, Mahlon. Even for a Moabite, it would be dangerous. For a Judean...
Oh, you make much of nothing. Have no fear, Mother.
Lest you have the wrong notion, I must make clear why I sent for you.
That is not necessary, my lady. That you did is enough. And it pleases me very much.
There's no reason for you to be pleased, since it is not about you that I've been thinking, but your ridiculous God.
That was all I inferred.
Well, tell me more about him. Since you say your God is everywhere, perchance I am stepping on him right now.
Indirectly, yes, the earth being one of his creations.
The earth? Then you may as well claim that he made the moon too.
It is told that he made two great lights in the heavens, the greater to rule the day and the lesser to rule the night.
And all other luminous objects in the sky, I suppose.
Yes. And one closer by.
Why do you look at me like that?
Because you're so beautiful, so very beautiful. Don't you know that you are?
I have never thought about it.
No one has ever told you, no man has ever looked at you as I do.
If he has, I have not seen it.
You were not watching for it. Isn't it pleasant, even for a priestess, to be told that she is beautiful, especially when it's true?
Is beauty so important?
The beauty that's within, as I know it is with you.
How do you know?
I'm older than you, and the years teach.
Your teachings are strange to me. I will hear no more of them.
Don't be afraid of what I'm saying.
But I am afraid.
Perhaps tomorrow night when you are less afraid.
You are so young. You could be so beautiful one day.
What's wrong?
Nothing. Just that I'm so happy for you. Go, Teba. Put your crown among your other fittings. What are you doing here?
You haven't dismissed me.
What's wrong with telling a child she's beautiful?
Nothing, my lady.
You may go. Kira. I am sorry I struck you the other day.
Thank you, my lady.
You have been singularly honored. The king is making a journey throughout the land to see the many arms and precincts of his kingdom. He has asked for 4 of the most seemly of your rank to join the party. Comport yourselves well.
This will stand to exalt your greatness for all time, my king. Would it please your magnificence to see the entire figure? Order them to turn the platform.
You! 10 of you men, over here! Put your backs to it! Turn it around!
I've seen enough. Have you enjoyed the journey?
Yes, my king.
What is your name?
Ruth.
When do you complete your purification?
In the spring, sire.
It will please me to welcome you to the royal household.
Thank you, sire. And as the prisoners were turning the platform, it began to give way. The statue of Chemosh started to tip. My heart stopped for a moment. I thought the king would be crushed. But luckily the platform held.
And only prisoners were crushed?
Yes, 3 of them, squashed like insects.
It must have been exciting.
Oh, yes, it was. Aren't you pleased to hear of my experience?
Fascinated.
But I haven't told you the best. His Magnificence the King actually spoke to me. He asked my name and how long before my purification would be complete. When I told him, he smiled and said, "You would be pleased to welcome me to his royal household."
All in all, a memorable journey for you.
You disapprove. I wish I'd never let you come.
Why? Why, Ruth?
Because you disturb and confuse me. I've been raised to serve Chemosh. He is my God, my only God, and he's been good to me.
How has he been good? No, I'm not challenging you. You mean he's given you comfort and position?
More than that, much
Well,
more.
tell me.
For one thing, when I was a child, I was chosen to be sacrificed. Suddenly, a blemish appeared on my arm, so they did not take me. But no sooner did another child replace me than the blemish faded. Chemosh had spared me.
Perhaps it was a higher god than Chemosh who spared you. Besides, I thought being chosen for sacrifice was a coveted honor, yet you speak of being spared from it.
You've confused me, so I can't think.
I would rather give up the most important thing in my life, the joy of seeing you, than bring you distress. Shall I not come again, Ruth?
No. But please, Mahlon, no more talk about your people across the Jordan who are forbidden to punish slaves, who cannot beat the animals or even harm a bird's nest. Please, Mahlon, tell me no more about your strange God with so many names and no face. This is all wrong. I was at peace until I met you. Perhaps it would be best if I don't see you again.
No.
My lady, my lady.
I will come again, whether you send for me or not.
No, if Kara's not watching out for you, they'll find you and kill you. You must go now.
I made it for you. The tablets of the law, God's law.
I cannot take it.
Cast it away if you like once you leave me, but keep it until then. I made it for you. Made it with great love. Such great love.
My lady. What is it, Teba?
I had a dream.
Come, tell me about it.
A golden bird came through my window. He had a silver beak, and this beak stabbed me here. And blood began to run.
It's nothing, Teba. Nothing, just a dream. There are alien gods who are jealous of you and envious of Chemosh. They try to frighten you with a bad dream. No, but they will fail, because Chemosh protects you. You must get your sleep. Your great day is coming close. My Lord Haydock.
So, you are troubled. Tell me.
I've sinned. I've offended the god. I'm deep in sin, my Lord Haydock.
Let me judge of that.
I've doubted the ceremony of the sacrifice.
You've seen many sacrifices since you were old enough to understand. You had never doubted them before. What has happened, Ruth?
I talked with a man who believes no God could be pleased to accept the life of a child on the altar. I could not meet his questioning.
Who's the man?
Mahlon, the Judean artisan. He's a gentle, a kind man, and that makes my burden greater.
You have given heed to one of our old enemy. You are naive, my daughter. You have much to learn. Ruth, do you not know in your inward heart that this sacrifice of the virgin child is wholesome?
Yes.
That it brings fertility to the land?
Yes.
Do you not know that this sacrifice purges our land of sins and sustains us against our enemies?
Yes, my Lord. I know all this in my inward heart.
The ways of Chemosh are not to be questioned.
Yes, my Lord.
You have found favor in the king's eyes. In the spring, you will be a priestess of high station. You may even become one of the king's consorts.
You still have misgivings, Ruth?
No, my lady.
You are going to be stronger for your experience. Remember, you have the exalted honor and duty of leading the child Teba to the altar tomorrow. Be at peace with yourself. Let the child Teba be brought forth. Now, my child.
Oh, Kemash, guard the force of light. To our enemies, give evil, plague, famine, and misery. To our king, grant health, joy, long and enduring years of life.
Eat. Eat.
I can't.
He's worried about what they'll do to Ruth.
Is he? I'm worried about what they'll do to us. I've got to go to her. Mahlon, come back. I told you time and again.
Easy with him, Elimelech. Have you never known folly?
Mother. Take it! It is my doing. I had no right to bring this down on you.
No. The sin is on my head. I am punished for leaving our people in Bethlehem in time of trouble. I was rich, but denied the poor. I had bread, but denied the hungry. I had substance, but took it with me.
Let's not cast lots for blame. We're past that now.
Get up! Get up!
Prisoner, did you have secret meetings with a daughter of the temple?
Yes?
Did you speak to her of an invisible power?
Yes.
To what end?
That she might learn of a God to whom the killing of innocent people is an abomination.
The killing of what innocent people?
Tabor. And all children slain on the altar of Chemosh. And the killing of my father and brother for even less purpose.
Artisan of Judah, you and your family came to Moab when there was a famine in your land. We gave you shelter and sustenance, and you repaid us by attempting to corrupt a priestess.
I have done injury neither to your land nor to a daughter of Moab. I repent nothing of my love for her, nor for having told her of a God of justice.
We shall teach you something of justice. The axe is too swift and kind for a tempter and corrupter. Your house and shop and all your possessions shall be seized in the name of the king, and you will be sent to the quarries for the rest of your life. Take him.
I hope your isolation has cleansed from you the blasphemies of the Judeans. Well, has it not, Ruth? Have not 6 months been long enough to purge your thoughts? Surely you would not want more time by yourself.
No, my lady. I should not.
Good. I bring you happy news. Chemosh has smiled on you. Thanks to the gracious intercession of the king, your privileges have been restored. Tonight you will leave this room. Tomorrow you will begin the month of ultimate purification before you enter the king's household. You are to call on me for the services of my office.
I asked you never to come here again. I've brought my lady.
It was not as you think, Mother of Mahlon.
You came to us many times before when we were still a family. You came bearing your lady's messages to my son, summoning him, no doubt, for her amusement. Each time you came, you brought death closer to my house.
Please believe me, I had no thought of betraying Mahlon. I have come to help.
I want no help from you.
If I were not fearful for your son's life, do you think I would come stealing here? If I did not care for him, would I carry these tablets with me?
Yes. I watched him make them with love and devotion. While you carried those in the one hand, in the other you carried a knife for the killing of a child. Both are stained with blood.
Could you put aside your bitterness long enough to restore your son to you?
What do you want?
I've planned for Mahlon's escape.
Escape? What can you do? A maiden and her slave.
These past weeks, Kira and I have secretly arranged that...
Yes, 2 guards are with us.
Don't refuse us, Mother of Mahlon. It is the only hope, and it must be tonight. For tomorrow I prepare to join the king's household. Please,
what you wish me to do.
Kira will lead you to one of the caves on the Hebron road. Wait there, and I will bring Mahlon to you. I promise it. I will go with you, Mother.
May the Lord guide you.
Don't speak. The Lady Ruth is here to help you escape. Follow me.
love you too much to die.
Of course you won't die.
My body wants to. My bones ache to die.
Think only of living. Live, so we can marry.
You would marry me? Mother. Opa. Carry me into the light. It won't do to be married in the dark.
Help us. I have nothing to bring to you, Mahlon.
You are all the dowry, the ornament, the gift a man could ask. Mother, your ring. I take you, Ruth, for my wife, according to the law of Moses.
We have scoured the city. The priestess Ruth and the prisoner are nowhere to be found. They seem to have vanished from sight.
Vanished, yes. But in what direction?
What direction, my lady?
If you were a priestess and had just opened the prison gate for a cursed Judean, where would you go?
Judah, I suppose.
Ah.
Then suppose you and your men set out and overtake them and bring them back.
I will try, my lord.
Indeed you shall. Now go.